Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we break down the real stories shaping South Africa's political landscape. If you're new here, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's dive into today's headline that's causing serious ripples in our political waters. The uMkhonto weSizwe, MK, party has officially rejected a request for talks from the African National Congress, the ANC. And the timing couldn't be more significant. In what many are calling a bold and defiant move, the MK party, led by Secretary General Floyd Shivambu, has made it crystal clear it will not entertain what it describes as political games within the Government of National Unity, or the GNU. This rejection wasn't just a polite no. It was a firm statement aimed directly at the ANC's top brass, especially Secretary General Mbalula, who had extended the invitation for a meeting. Now, this is where things get interesting. According to MK party sources, Shivambu believes the ANC's outreach was not genuine. Instead, he accuses the ruling party of trying to use the MK party as a pawn in a bigger power play, specifically, to apply pressure on the Democratic Alliance, the DA, and to shift the balance of power within the GNU. Shivambu didn't mince his words, stating that the MK party refuses to legitimize an arrangement we do not support. This development throws yet another wrench into the ANC's already complex efforts to hold the GNU together. Since its formation, the GNU has been riddled with tensions, with opposition parties raising concerns about a lack of transparency, exclusion from decision-making, and what some have labeled an ANC-driven agenda dressed up as national unity. Let's be clear, the MK party has been one of the loudest voices against the GNU since day one. For them, the GNU isn't about unity, it's about control. And this latest rejection underscores just how unwilling the MK party is to be part of what they see as a strategic maneuver to prop up a struggling coalition. This isn't just about one meeting, it's about the deepening cracks in South Africa's already fragile political structure. The refusal to meet signals a growing divide between the ANC and newer, more radical opposition parties like the MK. These groups are not just challenging the ANC's governance, they're openly rejecting its entire post-election strategy. Some political analysts say this could seriously complicate things for the ANC. With the DA already butting heads with ANC leadership over fiscal policy and governance priorities, the last thing the ruling party needs is more opposition parties uniting, not under the GNU banner, but against it. The MK party's hardline stance might just embolden other critics of the GNU who feel sidelined or used. What's more, this move by Floyd Shivambu and the MK party may also be a calculated attempt to redefine opposition politics in South Africa. By distancing themselves from the GNU, they're positioning themselves as the true alternative to ANC dominance, untainted, uncompromised, and unwilling to play by the old rules. But there's a flip side. This strategy could also backfire. Some observers argue that by isolating themselves from negotiations and coalitions, the MK party risks losing influence in national politics. In a fragmented political landscape, alliances, however shaky, are sometimes necessary to get things done. So, while the MK party's defiance might earn them credibility among disillusioned voters, it might also limit their ability to shape policy or push through reforms. And let's not forget, the MK party itself is still building its identity. Born from the legacy of the liberation movement and drawing symbolic power from figures like Jacob Zuma and other struggle icons, the MK party is trying to balance historical loyalty with a modern political agenda. That's not an easy tightrope to walk, especially when you're rejecting the very structures that dominate today's government. Still, you have to admit, this kind of political assertiveness is reshaping the conversation. The ANC can no longer assume that smaller or newer parties will play along. The days of automatic loyalty to the ruling party are over. Voters are watching. And what they are seeing now is a fierce contest over who truly represents the people, the ANC and its GNU partners, or the rising voices outside the circle, like the MK party. So, What does this mean going forward? Well, we could be heading into a new era of coalition politics in South Africa, one that's less about consensus and more about confrontation. The ANC will have to work harder than ever to hold its coalition together, especially if more parties begin to question the legitimacy of the GNU. And as for the MK party, they've made their position clear. They won't be used as leverage, they won't be silenced, and they won't back down. Whether this pays off in the long run remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, South Africa's political theatre just got a lot more dramatic. That's it for today's update. If you found this breakdown insightful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth political commentary, and let us know in the comments, do you think the MK party made the right call in rejecting the ANC's meeting request? Or is this a missed opportunity for greater opposition unity? Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay informed, and as always, see you next time.